What's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of working from home versus a co-working space.
Now give me my theme music.
Now personally, I work from home for the past approximately 4 years, give or take a few months, and I'm a big proponent from working from home. However, I did decide last year to rent some office space at WeWork. And later in this video, I'm going to get into the pros and cons from my perspective of working from home and working at a co-working space. Well, since I'm at home, I might as well start with the pros from working from home. And obviously, because I've worked from home for so many years, in my opinion, there are plenty. But the first one I would say is just the flexibility. Working from home allows more flexibility in terms of schedule and work environment. I prefer to work with music, and instead of having headphones all day, I can simply play from my stereo whatever music I want, as loud as I want, quiet as I want, or turn it off completely. Also, obviously I have control of the thermostat and the lighting. So just your whole environment, working from home is a humongous pro, and that's good for a lot of people. So just the flexibility of having your own work environment with no one else having input on how you should work is a flex on its own. The second is cost savings. Obviously, if you work from home, there are no additional expenses with the exception of probably extra utilities, electricity because of the lights and the computers. But generally speaking, there are not a lot of extra costs because there's no cost of commute. There's less likely of a chance of you going out for lunch and happy hour multiple times a week. And it also reduces the need for having professional attire. You can literally wear what you want, whether that is wearing your pajamas or wearing a suit or somewhere in between. Another pro for working from home is your desk decor as well as your gadgets. For me, I like my own desk. I love having a standing desk. I like everything white. I have plenty of gadgets, plenty of lighting, everything I want at my desk without needing the approval of anyone, as opposed to a uniform standard in an office. The next pro for me is just simply quiet time, or you are in a place that you can keep all distractions away. Only concentrate on working for those blocks. The great thing is it eliminates co-working chatter, random people coming to your desk, the need to go and leave the office to go get coffee. There's a lot of other distractions that you may have working in an office environment that you definitely do not have working at home. Now, to be honest, I could go on and on about the pros from working from home, but those are the main ones. Now I'm going to cover some of the work from home cons. Working from home can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and disconnection from colleagues and the professional environment. Mr. Lonely, I have nobody. Honestly, for me, I don't care about any of that. I like to get things done, and in order for me to get things done, I need quiet and I need focus. However, working from home can sometimes get boring, or you just want to change of scenery. But I've heard from people that it can be very lonely, very isolating, and they feel so disconnected from their coworkers because many people thrive off of the interaction of their coworkers. It depends on what you do for a living, the office culture, and so forth, and your personality. For people like myself that are introverts, it is not that great, but for extroverts, I can imagine working from home can be a living hell. Another con, and I alluded to this in the pros, is the distraction. One thing that is a pro, which is eliminating distraction when you work from home, also can be a con by having distractions at home. Sometimes you have the need to do household chores. You may have family members that are at home at the same time. You may have a significant other. You may feel the need to do household chores or catch up on television programming or something that has nothing to do with work. And all of those things that are swirling around tend to compete for your attention along with your work. Another con for many people could be just a lack of structure. Without a designated work environment, it can be challenging to establish and maintain a work-life balance. I've found that a lot of people don't have that structure, they don't have that co-working environment, they really struggle with the work from home. And then there's others, such as myself, that absolutely strive. So taking in these pros and cons, you have to decide for yourself for the type of work you do, as well as the work environment. What's best for you? For me, working from home is hands down, by far, the best idea.
While it can be a con to have to commute to even your own office space, it's also a pro because it gives you an opportunity to leave the house and eliminate distractions. For the past 3 to 4 years, I have been working remotely and I wouldn't give it up for the world. However, for some people, it gets very lonely. For me, it gets monotonous because at home, there are so many distractions as opposed to coming into a co-working space where you're not really talking to people and you're able to stay focused without other distractions. The first pro for me is the stimulating environment. When you're around people that are working and focused on their duties, you tend to do the same thing. It gives you an opportunity to increase your productivity. And also when you come into an office, you want to be there for a finite period of time as opposed to when you're at home, you just work and don't pay attention to time. For me, the biggest pro in a co-working space are the networking opportunities. There are so many different people with different businesses, entrepreneurs and companies in any given co-working space. You never know who you can meet. That can turn into a business opportunity, a lifelong collaborator. You never know who you may meet. Now, one of the cons for a co-working space are the distractions. Just like there's distractions at home, there are distractions in a co-working space. When you are focused on a task, people may want to talk or ask questions, especially if you are on a time restraint. There can be noise. There may be workers moving in and out, delivery people, and also people running to meetings and so forth. Another con is phone conversations. There's only so many phone booths where there are little private rooms. Because it's an open area, there's a lot of people on the phone and taking Zoom calls. If you don't have your headphones on, there's so much noise from a bunch of different voices. And for me personally, hearing a lot of voices is very distracting and I'm unable to concentrate if I hear too many different sounds. So to negate that, I come into my co-working space on days I don't have meetings or meetings I can take on the go. Another con is not having the control of your work environment. One thing about co-working spaces, for people that are cold nature, this is not a fun place if you don't have a jacket or a sweater because they keep the temperature down to have that cool office feeling, as well as the lights may be not bright enough, just like I'm filming now and I had to bring an extra light because it's too dark for filming, but it's bright enough to work in. All right, so just made it back from the office. I am now in my comfy clothes, have a nice beverage, and going to work for the rest of the evening. I just went through my list of pros and cons of working from home versus working at a co-working space. Do you think I left anything out, or is there something that you'd like to add? Go ahead and leave them down in the comments. If this video has brought you any value, go ahead and buy me a cup of coffee. The link is down in the description. And if this video has brought you any value or you just like the video in general, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. And while you're at it, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified every single time that I drop a new video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.